Got another live video for you guys tonight. I'm just doing some of the waters, getting some of the waters changed. You can see the birds are having their grit. Just added some fresh grit. Topped off the feed hoppers. I'm just changing out some of the waters right now. Finally got a warm night. It's about 35, 37 degrees. So tonight is going to be the first time that I'm going to be candling some eggs. So I'm going to give you guys a live look at the candling of the eggs. I haven't looked at them. It's been too cold to take the hens off the eggs, so it's going to be the first time that I examine the eggs. So we'll let you guys witness that as well. Like I said, I'm just finishing up some waters for the birds. Everybody's got their grit and their feed. They're just picking around a little bit. So let me dump this water out, and we'll see about candling some of these eggs. Give you guys a live look at the how the eggs are developing so far. So let me set this tripod up. What I'm going to do is I'll set the tripod up, and I'm going to remove one egg at a time from the nest. This way you guys can see it. Just bear with me for a second here. Actually, what I could do is just leave the camera like this, and then I'll be able to take the eggs without removing them completely from the nest box. Give you guys a look at this quick. This is what I use to candle the eggs. This is an LED light from Harbor Freight. It's got this little light on the end that works very well for checking the eggs. So let's see. This hen is sitting on 2 eggs currently. I'm going to reach in with this hand and grab one of the eggs. I'll turn on this light. Well, you can see that that one is definitely good. You see the veins in there. That's a good sign. Let's take a look at the other one. There you go. There's another good one. You guys can see all the veins in there. See the embryo. So we got 2 good eggs here. Hopefully she continues doing her job. Like I said, guys, this is the first time I'm doing this. It's been too cold out to move the hens off their eggs. So let's take a look at the next pair of birds down here. So this hen, this is a new mating. So let's take a look and see. She's got 2 eggs here. So this one looks kind of new. It's a little clear. So I'm going to leave this one for a few more days before I check it again. Let's see the other one. This one looks pretty clear. I don't think this one's any good, but I'll give it an extra couple days. Sometimes when they're early, you won't see a vein in there just yet. So we're gonna leave her on these eggs. We'll move down to the next bird. I have a hen on the bottom that just laid eggs. So I know I'm not even gonna bother her because she just laid them. So these aren't worth checking yet. So we will move up here to the top box. Let me just get set up here for a second. All right, so we'll get up here to the top box. I'm gonna check this hen's eggs. This is her first time breeding as well. So let's see. I think she's got 2 eggs. All right. I see some veins in there. That's a good sign. Very faint, but you guys can see, hopefully you guys can see that embryo. So we got some veins in this one. That's very good. Let's check on the other one. She's not very happy about me doing this. There we go. This one looks good too. Look at that. You can see the embryo kind of moving around in there. Very nice. Really good sign. All right, relax. Yeah, this is her first time having a set of eggs, so she's a little nervous. All right, let's move on down to the next pair of birds. For those of you just joining in, right now we're candling some eggs. We're checking the fertility on all these pigeons' eggs. This is the first time I'm doing this season because of the cold weather. I haven't been wanting to move the hens off their nest to disturb them. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out this hen's eggs right here. So I got my light. Let's see, here's the first egg. This one doesn't look like it's any good. You guys could see that it's very clear. There's no signs of veins in the egg. So I'm gonna leave this here for a few more days. I think she laid these last week, but this one should have some life in it already. Let's check the second one. Unfortunately, this one's cracked. Look at that. I guess she must have broke this. You can see there's a little spot of blood in there, which means it was probably good, but she must have accidentally stepped on it. That's not good. So I'm going to discard this one tomorrow, and I'm probably going to discard this other one. So those are the first 2 that are no good, unfortunately. This is a nice pair of pigeons, but sometimes that's the way it goes. So let's jump on over to the top box over here. Let me get you guys up a little bit higher. All right, so this pair of birds is out of my, well, this pair is my import pair of birds. Let me just set this up so you guys can see it. Okay. These are probably the biggest eggs I've ever seen. This pigeon lays eggs like chicken eggs. Look at this. There we go. Nice veins in there. You guys can see that. You see all the veins. That's a good one right there. Try to be careful not to drop these eggs. Let's check on the second one. Look at that. Definitely see all the veins in that one. That's a really big egg too. So we got some life. We got some life, which is a very good sign. So I'm gonna leave her to it. We'll get on down to the next pair of birds. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure if this hen has 1 or 2 eggs. Let's see what she's got. No, she's got 2 eggs. Okay, this one is definitely alive. You can see we got veins. Very good. Check the second one. This one's a little bit smaller. Oh, we got veins in this one too. See it? There you go. You guys can see that. So we got 2. Oh, relax. You got to be careful sometimes when you pull the eggs out. You always want to make sure you cup your hand over the eggs so the hens don't accidentally break them when you go to move them around. But she's got 2 good ones there. Let's jump on down to the next pair. This bottom pair of pigeons is very they're a very feisty pair of birds, so I got to be careful with them. Like I said, I don't want the birds to break their own eggs, so I try to do this cautiously, because the more eggs we lose, the more time we lose. So there we go. All right, we got some veins over here as well. You guys can see that. See the embryo there. Very nice. All right, she's got only 1 egg. Huh, but she had another one. So we got 1 good one there. All right, so that is the There's the first section of breeders. So we got a couple good eggs. Unfortunately, the eggs over here are no good. I'm gonna have to dispose of those tomorrow, and then hopefully they will mate again and produce me another round. But I was kind of hoping for this pair first. They had some nice youngsters last season, but it is what it is. We'll take what we can get. Protective, yes, the birds are very protective. These are racing pigeons. So basically you guys just saw me candle some of these eggs. I'm gonna go on to the next section. We're gonna go over here and see what eggs we have. Oh, we got a little fight, I'm gonna go and see what fertile eggs we have on this side. Let me just fold this tripod up really quick. Just bear with me with the shakiness. All right. Try to squeeze it from here. All right. So I'm going to set up my tripod the same way. Give you guys a look at the egg production. All right, so the first hen, this hen is very aggressive. She does not like to be messed with. So I'll do this quick. I'll relax. So we have an egg here, that's good. Like I said, you gotta be careful because she's hitting my hand right now. I don't wanna drop this egg. Let me take this egg out so you guys can see it better. All right, so. So I don't know if you guys could see it, but you see that vein in there? That is a good egg. Check the second egg. See, this egg appears to have started developing, and then it seems to have died for some reason. You can see the embryos in there, the tiny little embryo, and there's just a round circle of like blood. So this one's no good. Sometimes that happens, but you guys can see that round circle of blood in there. Sometimes they just stop developing like that. So this one's no good, so I'll probably remove this one tomorrow. But she's got one good one so far. I'm gonna jump down to the bottom box here. I think I have 2 eggs in this box. Let's take a look. Okay. So let's see what we got. This egg doesn't look like it's any good either. I'll leave it here for another day or two. That's unfortunate. Let's check the second one. Nope, this one's no good either. Actually, oh, I was wrong. This is more of a fresh egg, so you can see that there's just a little bit of vein starting to appear in there. So we'll leave this one for a few more days. It looks like it's in the early stages of developing, but you can very faintly see the vein. So that one we will leave. I'll check back up on these in a few days. Let's see over here. This is another new mating. The cock is 16 years old, so I don't expect these to be on the first shot fertile, but we'll see. This egg looks pretty clear to me right now. I don't know if it's any good. I'm gonna leave this for a few more days. She's only got one. Let's jump up here to the next pair of birds. Okay. So I got one egg here. This pair of birds ended up breaking their other egg, unfortunately, but it looks pretty clear to me. I don't think it's any good. So I'll probably toss this one tomorrow. Leave it there for now. Raise this up to the top box. Let's see what we got over here. One second. This egg is definitely good. You can see a lot of veins. I don't know if you guys can see it. There you go. A lot of veins in this one. Check the second one. This one is a little younger, but I do see veins in there. You guys can see that. So you got some veins. So both of these eggs look good. They're still young. They still got probably a good week and a half left to go. So those two are good. I have a set of eggs over here. Let me try and turn this camera a little bit so you guys can get a good view of this guy. Let's take his eggs and see how they are. Very small eggs from this pair of birds. But yeah, we got some veins in here. You guys can see that. Very good. That's one. He's got two. This one's really developing well. See all the veins in there? Okay, gotta be careful because this guy has a really high nest and I don't want him to knock these eggs out of the nest. All right, so let's go down to the next pair of pigeons and see what we got. All right. So this egg doesn't appear to be good. You can see it's very clear. There's no veins. I'm gonna leave that in here for now. Check the second egg. Same thing, very clear. This one's no good. So that's pretty unfortunate. It's a nice pair of birds. But we'll let them try a few more times and we'll see what happens. One last pair of birds to check. Down here on the bottom. This is another new mating. She's got one egg. Let's see if we got any signs of life. I very, very faintly see some veins in this egg. She must have just laid this maybe 2 days ago. But I'm gonna check this one again in maybe 2 or 3 days and we should see a lot more veins in there, but it looks like we got some life. So that's a good sign. Pretty excited for that. This is a new mating. She's bred for me before, but she's mated with a different male right now, so. But yeah, that's pretty much the eggs candled right there. It's kind of unfortunate. There's a few that are no good, but it is what it is. It's all part of the breeding. It's been really cold out. Can't expect too much from all these birds with the cold weather we've been having, but I do have some fertile eggs, so that's something to look forward to. So anyways, all the birds are looking good. Now I got some eggs that I have to throw out tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to keep record of that. Here's the one bird that's the last pair we just looked at. This guy is the new mate. So I'm gonna go back on this side and put the light back in my cabinet. Yeah, so it's pretty unfortunate that not all of the eggs are fertile, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna let these birds keep on going. I plan on getting at least 3 rounds out of every pair. I know that's probably asking for a lot, but we'll try 3 rounds. Obviously, some of you guys could see that a couple of the pairs are not fertile, But it is what it is. Like I said, it's been really cold out here. The birds are doing a really good job staying on their eggs, so I can't knock them for that. This is the warmest day we've had in about 2.5 weeks. So I figured it was finally a good time to come in here and check all these eggs. But yeah, we'll be throwing some eggs out tomorrow. So this pair is no good. I believe it was just those guys that were no good. And then I had a couple pairs on the other side. So I think I got to get rid of about 5 or 6 eggs, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We'll just let the birds keep breeding and hope for the best. I'm not trying to raise an army of pigeons this year, just enough to send out a couple places and test them out, and that's that. That's why you never count your eggs until they hatch. Well, in this case, until at least 8 to 10 days after the birds hatch. Because they can freeze, they can get cold. So you never count your eggs. I remember growing up in the Bronx and we see stuff like this on the roof of the building. Yep, that was the good old days when a lot of people were involved in the pigeon sport, the pigeon hobby. But yeah, there's not as many people involved, which is unfortunate, but I'm still here, I'm still doing it. It's funny, I get a lot of people on here that have never seen racing pigeons or, you know, pigeons in general, you know, somebody having pigeons, but it's funny to read through all the comments and stuff. But I like to do these videos to try to promote the pigeon hobby, because there's a lot of people that, like I said, don't know about this, and they don't know about what we do with the pigeons and everything, and how amazing of animals they actually are. You know, these are not like the birds that you see on the street. For those of you watching that have no knowledge of pigeons, these are thoroughbred race pigeons, basically. So you can see they have the same colors, but they're definitely not the same bird. These birds are built up. They're, you know, basically thoroughbred birds. But all the birds look to be in decent health. Pretty happy with the health of the birds. I've been doing all I can to keep them in good shape. Just finished kind of cleaning out the loft a little bit, try to keep it nice in here for them. So yeah, that's what's going on. Got a lot of eggs, not a lot of good ones, but we got a lot of eggs. I'm glad to see this hen is actually sitting on her eggs, because this is her first time. She kind of just like stands over them. See, she's not happy about me. Protecting her nest right there. I think this hen has 2 eggs down here. I didn't even realize. Yeah, she's got 2 good eggs. Like I said, I'm gonna probably check these eggs in the next 3 or 4 days, because she just laid these, I think, yesterday. So there should be no sign of veins or anything in them yet. So that's gonna be her second round. She has 2 young birds. She has 1 baby here, another one here. This was an experiment. I put that hen with this guy, and they produced this youngster and this youngster right here. So I'm gonna raise a few more like that. I really like the way that these turned out. So we'll probably have the next round of them tossed out to a race. I'm not sure where they're gonna go yet. Maybe Florida. Might send one to Florida and one to Texas. I don't know yet, but we'll see about that. Nice set of pigeons. Kind of did this experiment just to see how the babies would turn out physically. They're pretty sharp, pretty smart looking birds to what I can see. So that's my evaluation on those guys. Watch out for bird lung. Yeah, I'm very aware of it. Usually when I'm in here, when I scrape and I clean the whole loft, I wear a respirator most of the time. Sometimes when I just pop in here, I don't wear the respirator. I mean, I really should. The loft is very well ventilated, so it kind of circulates most of the dust. But yeah, bird lung is definitely it's definitely a thing, and definitely take my precautions when I'm cleaning. You guys can see most of the males are out right now because the hens are on the eggs. So for those of you that don't know, the males and the females take shifts sitting on the eggs. So sometimes, like now, you'll see all the males, and then about probably another 3 hours or so, they'll switch, and the hens will come out, and they'll get their free time. But that's how they do it. They take shifts. But it's pretty funny to see that they mostly switch at the same time. So like I said, all the males are out now. About 2 or 3 hours, you'll see all the hens come out, and they'll get their free time to just hang out. And the males will take over the shift of keeping the eggs warm. It's funny, the birds get all quiet after I start talking for a little while. This guy's in here with his girlfriend. I've never seen a pigeon so obsessed with his mate. He literally does not leave her alone. He's on top 24/7. Wherever this hen goes, he goes. It's pretty incredible. But yeah, this pair has the 2 eggs, but the eggs are looks like they're infertile. So I'm gonna have to toss those tomorrow. Let them try again. Which is the favorite bird? It's hard to call a favorite. There's a lot of nice pigeons in here. I do really like a lot of them. So it's, like I said, it's hard to say a favorite pigeon. I do really like this guy. Super sharp. But yeah, there's a few nice ones in here. I got a bird in the box over there that I really like. I bought him from a well-known pigeon fancier in Germany. He's probably the most expensive pigeon here. But yeah, it's hard to say a favorite. So many nice ones. Jump back over to this side and give you guys a look at some of these birds again. This guy showing on the feed can. This guy's pretty cool. He won $750 last year in the Texas Dash for Cash race out in Texas. I really like this guy. Bought this guy last year. Super sharp looking pigeon. Built up, very muscular. Big pigeon. Got some of the ladies out here. Oh, not this guy. This is a lady. Most of the hens are on their eggs over here too. There's a new pair right here. That's why these guys are locked up. hopefully they're these guys were fighting pretty bad yesterday. Hopefully they took a liking to each other. Unfortunately, this bird's mate passed away a few days ago, so I had to find a new man for her. So that's him right there. But there was a lot of conflict issues yesterday, so hopefully they work that out. Hopefully we'll have some babies from them soon. What's your top 3 one-loft races? As far as races that I like, that I definitely send birds to again this year, I have to say Texas Dash for Cash is definitely up there because Lelton handles the birds very well. He does a great job. I try to look for races with a lot of transparency. I like to see live videos of the birds all the time, updates of the birds, and he's very good with that. So Texas Dash for Cash for sure. The next one will probably be Florida Pigeon Derby. A lot of people have mixed feelings about Florida Pigeon Derby. They say, oh, it's too many birds, this and that. But I'll tell you what, I don't know if some of you guys saw my video. I actually had the opportunity to go there last month. And man, what an incredible place that was. I took a whole video of it. It's posted here on my YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out. It's titled Florida Pigeon Derby, but it's basically a whole tour of me at the loft with Brito, the loft manager. He owns the race, and great guy. Showed me everything, showed me the whole loft, basically a whole personal tour. It was really incredible. But they do a super job with the birds. They got over 7,000 birds down there right now competing, and you know, most of you guys already know he's paying out $2.5 million this season. But yeah, definitely a great run race, very professional. I like how everything is top notch there, and like I said, it was incredible to see all of that stuff in person and actually go there and be able to record that. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, Texas Dash is up there, Florida Pigeon Derby's up there for me, and the next one that I have to say is Louisiana Perch. If you guys are looking for a good one-loft race, Louisiana Perch is definitely up there. Kyle Martin does a tremendous job with the birds. Sent some birds there this season. I sent 3, only ended up getting 1 back. I had one that was real consistent towards the final, but of course, my luck, the bird got lost. But yeah, Louisiana Perch, definitely going to throw some birds back out there this season. Florida Pigeon Derby is really the place to test your birds. That race looks amazing. Yeah, it's definitely a good race if you want to compete against a lot of pigeons. My advice to you: send birds that are more on the speed side, because you know, most of us know that Florida's pretty flat and the whole course is flat. So you want to get those sprint birds that are able to, you know, get in front of the rest of the birds and kind of make good time. So that was kind of my plan this season. I sent more of the sprint pigeons, like the Kittle stuff, and I actually sent this hen. This hen did Florida Pigeon Derby in 2023, and her brother, she has a brother that's almost identical, but they both completed the whole series, but they just didn't have the speed. This hen is based off of my old bloodline of grizzles. They compete, you know, in my local area, but those birds are built for more like mountainous terrain and tough weather days. Same thing with that guy up there. But yeah, I sent them, and they just didn't have the speed. So I actually mated her to a grandson of Best Kittle, which is here. I believe they have some young birds out in Florida Pigeon Derby currently, but that's probably where these will go as well. Hopefully they do good. Yeah, Florida and Texas definitely seem where you need birds for the sprint side of things. But yeah, definitely say Texas Dash is a great race. Lelton's putting up a new loft out there. It looks pretty amazing. All steel construction. There are actually a few races I've been looking at in California, such as the California Classic, and there's another one. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, I haven't put any birds in California to compete yet. But it's definitely tougher out there. I did fly the Apple Cup this season, and I flew Crooked River. Those are some tough courses. I think the Apple Cup is probably one of the toughest race courses that is available right now. They got to fly over the the Columbia River out there in Oregon. But yeah, I had some birds out there. This hen flew in the Apple Cup in 2024, I think. Not a money winner, consistent pigeon, but she's breeding here now. She's got some siblings that were doing really well on the club level, but she's made it to the Texas Dash money winner. So hopefully they breed something nice. I like this, new to the pigeon game. Well, that's what it's all about. I like to do these videos to try to enlighten people on the pigeon hobby, pigeon sport. So, thank you for joining in. I send birds to the Classic and Royal Cup. Yeah, I think the Royal Cup race was the one I was thinking of before. But yeah, I haven't tried any of those races out there in California yet. I might consider that this season. Sending to the Apple Cup for sure this year. Yeah, Apple Cup is a great race. Rick is doing the perch fee. Last year he waived the perch fee and then you just pay the activation. But this year it's kind of exciting. You pay the perch fee and then you don't have to pay the activation fee if you don't want to. So you could basically send as many birds as you want for the perch fee price, which is $150 per bird. And if you just want to test them, you don't have to activate them. But obviously if they win money, well, if they score in the money, then you're not going to win because they're not activated. But it's pretty cool. You test out a lot of pigeons like that for a pretty decent price, I think. So I'll probably send some birds there again. But who knows? We'll see what happens with all these pairs. Man, when I was young, I had all kinds of birds. Yeah, I got a lot of birds here, but they're just strictly racing pigeons. Strictly racing pigeons over here. I used to focus on a whole bunch of different breeds when I was younger as well, but just kind of into the race birds. I like the fancy birds too, but the race birds do it for me. This is my fancy. Yeah, everybody's kind of quiet now. It's funny. I come in here and they put some feed out, put some grit out. They kind of just had their time, and now they're all just hanging out. Might have to knock this nest down tomorrow. I'm a little concerned about how high this guy made his nest. Pretty high over the nest bowl. So here's my Thomas 6 pair. Unfortunately, they have a unfertile egg, so I have to throw that out tomorrow. Hopefully let them try again. Really trying to utilize these pigeons this year. This pair I didn't, I just put these back together. It was like 2 seasons since I put them back together, but I didn't test anything from them. I ended up, I think I sent 1 or 2 birds to Florida Pigeon Derby, and then I ended up selling the rest of them. And that was it. But I like to test a lot more of this Thomas 6 blood out. Hoping that this hen's egg is fertile. Got her mated with one of my old Red Fox Jansons. This guy's 16 years old. So she just laid that egg about 2 days ago. Check it again in another 2 or 3 days. See if it's any good. I'll be racing pigeons the rest of my life. Love this hobby. Same here. I mean, this is, I've been into pigeons for a long time now, but you know, it's only getting more and more involved in it. I mean, I took a break for a while, but back in the sport now. I never got rid of the birds, but I just didn't do anything with them until now. Which is your oldest bird in the loft? The oldest bird would be this guy down here. He's 16 years old. He looks a little rough right now. He kind of got into a little fight. I just had to take him out of the loft yesterday and kind of put some Neosporin on his wattle because he got pecked right there, you could see. But he's the old man, 16 years old. He still gets around. He still does what he's got to do. There's his girlfriend. She's a 2021. So I'm hoping to breed a few rounds of babies out of him before his time is up. So we'll see. Fingers crossed for that one. But yeah, that's the oldest bird right now, 16. Everybody else is about 2 to 4 years old. Bought a lot of these birds in the last couple of years, so they're pretty much on the younger side. This is a young bird, 2025. This guy flew the Apple Cup. But yeah, pretty much all younger pigeons over here. 2024s, a couple years old. But 16 is the oldest. Everybody's just hanging out. This guy's actually really nice too. I wasn't even gonna use this bird this year, but I said, you know what? I can't waste them. This is a Leo Herman's Porsche 911 cross. This guy's imported from the Netherlands. So I ended up mating him with this this little hen right here. She flew the Apple Cup this season, so I grabbed it. I said, you know what, let me try it, see what happens. She's a Greek connection and Baldwin Tilson blood. Perfect size hen for this guy. A little fight going on over here. Yeah, so that's the pair. Hopefully she lays an egg soon. This is the boss right here. This guy thinks he owns the whole loft. That's the biggest pigeon I own right there. Big monster. That's actually a young bird. He was born in December. I guess that's a cock and that's a cock too. They must both be brothers. That's his dad right there. So these guys, you could see they're still very, very young. They still have a lot of maturing to do. But that was an experiment. Both of these birds, they're nest mates. This blue, and then you got the chocolate. Here's the father, grandson of Ironclad, and the mother. So she is I guess you could say she's a niece of Porsche 911 himself. Her father is a full brother to Porsche 911. So she's sitting on another set of eggs. This is the last pigeon I bought. I think I bought her in September. But yeah, I seen her. I had to have her, and never really had much Porsche stuff. So I'm gonna try to toy around with that bloodline a little bit besides this guy. This guy's got a little bit of Porsche, but she's pretty much as close to Porsche 911 as I can get, or as I can afford. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I wanted to see how the youngsters came out physically when crossed with the ironclad blood. So there they are. Yeah, the first round here is always tough. Last year I had a big problem because all the birds were new, a lot of new matings. As far as this season, everything went together smoothly, but I did just candle a bunch of these eggs, and there's a few of them that are not fertile. But it is what it is. It's been so cold out here. I can't blame these birds. You know, they're doing a great job of doing what they have to do. But I usually leave the birds paired up until April, late May, and that's that. I'm not trying to breed an army of pigeons this year. I bred about, I think, like 60 something birds last year. It's crazy. I bred that many birds and I was just moving pigeons. As quick as I was breeding them, it was as quick as I was sending them out. But yeah, I moved a lot of pigeons last year. I sold a few and sent some to the one-lofts, and lost a lot. Lost a lot in the one-lofts, and lost a lot on the club level for a buddy of mine. But it is what it is. Just got to keep breeding them and testing them out and seeing what works. You guys can see I have the birds on their special feed mixture that I like to do here. This is the mix that I do 3 days a week. So this is a Van Roby's feed. I mix two mixes together. It's a mix with, they have a breeding mix and they have another mix. It's more of like a race mix. So I mix two of those together. I use the brewer's yeast, garlic powder, Cest Pharma oregano oil, and then the BioPro probiotic from VitaKing, and I top it off with a little bit of red mineral. And I do this 3 days a week. Really keeps the birds looking good, keeps the babies in good health, you know, once they start hatching. I did this all season last year and the birds came out super. But yeah, 3 days a week on that. Keeps the droppings nice and firm, keeps the birds nice and shiny. They keep that nice shiny plumage, nice white wattles. So yeah, these eggs gotta go. I believe they're both unfertile. Let me check them again one more time. One more egg check over here for this pair of birds. Let's see what we got. So for those of you that didn't see this before, I take this light. This is an LED light from Harbor Freight. It has a little setting on the end. This is what I do to candle my eggs. So I'll just set the light down in here, grab an egg, put the egg right at the end of the light, and you should see if there's any veins. You can see that this one's very clear. I'm getting attacked right now by this guy. He's very defensive, but it is what it is. But yeah, this egg is no good. It's very clear. There's no veins in it. Check the second one. This one's broke. So you see it's all cracked at the top. So this one's got to go. So I'm going to have to take these eggs out tomorrow, let these birds mate again, and fingers crossed for the next round. So we got, I think, 2 good eggs here, 2 good eggs here, 1 good egg here, 2 good eggs here, 2 good eggs here. I'm not sure about this pair. Let me check this pair again. This is another new mating. Let's see. Let's see. Looks pretty clear. Give it a couple more days. I don't think this one's any good. Check the other. Same thing, real clear, no veins. Give it a couple more days. I don't know when she laid those. Let's try to check these, see what they look like. Like I said, she just laid these eggs. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with these because I don't want to break them. So I'll leave her alone. But yeah, there's a couple eggs that gotta be tossed. A couple eggs that are good. Yeah, everybody gets a couple blanks on the first round. It's just a, just a thing. You get some of these birds. You gotta remember the birds haven't bred for a whole season. Some of these birds haven't bred at all. This hen in particular, I always have problems with. But it seems like sometimes the eggs will be fertile, and then I'll go back and check them, and they just die. I don't know what happens to them, but she's funny with the eggs sometimes. She's made it to a new pigeon. That's our grandson. She's made it to him this season. But this is a test run right here. It's kind of unfortunate because she's a daughter of Marple from Mike Gannis. But it is what it is. See, I got this pair. This is their son. He flew the Crooked River Challenge. So that's another test mating that we got going on. Sunny side up those dud eggs. Yep, that's actually not a bad idea, but usually when I have bad eggs, I feed them to my chickens. They love to eat the raw eggs. So I just throw them out in the chicken pen and the chickens go crazy for them. But yeah, nothing goes to waste. Chickens will have a nice little meal tomorrow morning. And these birds will mate again, and hopefully the next round will be good. Pretty hyped that this guy has 2 fertile eggs. I haven't gotten to test any of his youngsters in like a year or two. So I got him mated to his granddaughter, which is right here. So hopefully these babies hatch. Looking forward to those Huskin Van Reels. We got the grandson of Picasso right here. He's got 1 egg in the nest. I don't know what happened to the other one. Those babies, the babies that he bred last year came out super nice. I got 1 back from the Texas Dash. I posted a YouTube short of the pigeon, man. What a nice pigeon. The other one ended up getting lost. And then I think I sold 2 of them. But yeah, super nice babies from that pair. But I'm hoping that these birds do some damage this year because this 2025 season, man, what a rough season. Lost a lot of birds. Got a couple back, but nothing to write home about. But it is what it is. That's just the luck of the draw sometimes. You just got to keep trying. I'm not going to let that switch up my matings. I'm going to let these guys prove themselves and see. I'll give them this season, and if nothing, maybe next season switch them up. But the birds came out nice physically. I think they came out really nice. But just couldn't pull it off. A couple birds are up there consistently, but nothing to write home about. But it is what it is. It's all part of the game. As the hen I mentioned before, she flew the Apple Cup. So I stuck her in here with the Porsche Leo Herman's bird. Oh, he's right there. Give it a shot. We'll see what happens. All the birds that came back from the One-loft, so I'm kind of using them as extras in case I needed an extra bird somewhere. Same thing with that blue check over there. That pigeon's part of my little breeding project. So his mother flew the Apple Cup. She was mated to a different cock. Ended up dying somehow, and that was the last remnant I had of that bird. So fortunately, he made it back from the Apple Cup, and he's now in the breeding program. So we'll see what happens. I think those are the birds for the job. Those are the birds I got to focus on. Where do they sleep? Pretty much wherever they want. They got the whole loft. They sleep on the perches. They sleep in the boxes. Bird gang. Yes, this is the bird gang over here. Got a lot of pigeons. A vast collection of racing pigeons. Looks like they're switching their egg shifts over here. This hen just came out to take a breather. Take a look. This hen I purchased a few years ago. I think she's at 2022. Her father was equal first at the Hoosier. He won 47,000, and her mother won 16,000. She was, I think, like first ace pigeon. I always get it mixed up, but big money winners. Her parents were. So hopefully she can have some babies that follow in their footsteps. This guy just wants to mate with everybody. I don't have a problem with this guy. He's made it to this hen, but he's got multiple girlfriends now in the loft. Oh, there's her daughter. So this hen this is her daughter. So she flew the Apple Cup in 2023. So yeah, these are the birds that I'm kind of focusing my attention to. So I bred a whole bunch of birds in 23, sent some birds out to the one-lofts. I sent a full sibling to this bird to Florida Pigeon Derby. And I sent this pigeon to the Apple Cup with a few other birds. She was the only bird that made it through the whole series. And her brother, which I sent to Florida Pigeon Derby, was the only bird that made it through the Florida Pigeon Derby. I think I sent him with 2 or 3 other birds, and he was the only one to hack the whole series, and he flew the 400. Again, nothing to write home about, but these are the only birds out of the birds I sent that made it through everything. And they had another full sibling I gave to a new fancier that competes locally. And that pigeon ended up being first place on the 400-mile race. And the next week, he went to a one-bird derby, 500 miles, and he was 3rd place. So these seem to be the consistent family of pigeons. Unfortunately, our father passed away. He was in 2013. He was he passed away about 1.5 years ago. But I lost him, and it was kind of a unfortunate event because these are the birds I really want to kind of focus my attention to. So what I did was I took her, I mated her to another bird that was similar to her father. Her father was a gift to me, actually. And then that bird ended up dying, unfortunately. I did get the one young bird, which I just showed you guys, this guy down here. So this is her son. And now he's on his own set of eggs. He's mated back to his grandmother. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit of line breeding. So I got this guy. He flew the Apple Cup. So I sent him to the Apple Cup. And unfortunately his dad died, so he's my last lineage. So I got him. And this hen that I just showed you, his mother, she's mated to this guy. So this guy won some money in Texas last year. He was 35th place on the final race. Really tough day. Rain. I think they hit a rainstorm like 10 miles out as they were coming home, and he was able to pull it off. So he's in here, and hopefully they raise some good babies again. So we'll see what happens. Yep, definitely race the birds. So that's what all these birds are gearing up for, breeding some babies to race for the 2026 season. Give you guys a look at this aggressive hen. She's not very happy. Yeah, she's very protective. So I'm happy to see that this hen is on a set of fertile eggs, though. This pigeon is pretty sad. She is a I think she was a 300-mile combine winner here, and she won a couple club races. I purchased her from a gentleman in Long Island, and she was kind of hanging out one day here, sunbathing. She was over here. She was sitting down right here. Now these doors are open during the day, and I guess one of the neighborhood cats jumped up and somehow it grabbed her, reached its paw through the wire, and ripped her through the wire. So I came home from work that day and I seen her. She was just over there sitting in the corner. And unfortunately, the cat ripped her wing so bad that her wing ended up falling off. So now she has one wing. It's the other wing on the other side. It's just like a little stub now. But yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. She can't fly anymore. But she is still alive and well. Had her in the quarantine for about 2 months to try everything to get her wing to heal back, but it was just, there was nothing left of it. I splinted it. I did everything. So, but yeah, she can't fly anymore. It's kind of unfortunate. Such a good bird. She raced, won races in the combine, and now she can't even fly. So she's up here with her mate. But she will live to breed lots of pigeons. So now I have to lift her up and give her the special treatment. But it is what it is. She's still here and she's still in good health. Just kind of sucks that now I have to kind of cater to her. I have to keep the waters on the floor at all times. And when she's not breeding, she just has full range of the floor. Obviously, she can't fly. She can only get up onto the feed hoppers and everything. But she has a good life here, so she'll keep on breeding. Yeah, so this pair is unfortunately limited to this box. So every day I'll let her mate out. He comes out, flies around, and then I put her on the ground. He'll sit on the eggs and then, switch them out, let them have their time out. And that's that. But she's sitting on 2 fertile eggs right now. She raised some really nice babies last season. I have them over in my other loft right now. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, she's mated to a grandson of Wolverine. So this bird, his grandmother is a full sibling to red monkey. For those of you guys that know the Gannis pigeons, she was a really big time winner in South Africa. He actually, so. But yeah, his mother is a full sibling to red monkey, and he is a grandson of Wolverine himself. So hopefully they produce something good. I don't know where I'm going to send the babies yet, but time will tell. I got plenty of time to decide. But yeah, that's my little story on that bird. Unfortunately, she's unable to fly. Have this guy, bought this guy last year from Baldwin, Thomas Baldwin. Super nice bird. I think his eggs aren't fertile though. He's mated to an older hen, so I might have to throw those eggs out, unfortunately. So you can see, this is his hen. Take one of these eggs out, let's see. My flashlight is on the other side, but we're gonna use this LED light to kind of look at the egg. Yeah, you guys can see it's really clear. You would see some veins in there if it was fertile. Obviously, it's pretty much crystal clear. And they laid these eggs about a week ago. So within 3 days, you usually start to see veins. And that tells me that these are infertile. Let me take a look at this one. Same thing, you guys could see basically right through it. No veins. So I'm gonna have to discard these tomorrow and let them try again. Same thing here. And this pair of birds, for those of you that some of you guys seen this already, but she's got one egg. She's mated to a 16-year-old, so he's pretty old. But I'm just gonna keep breeding these until I get some babies, because this guy's on his time's almost up. He's getting there. He's older. Lucky I could still even have him in here breeding. So that's the story. That's the situation. So all the birds look to be in good health, which I'm happy for. Been, putting in the work out here, trying to keep these birds as good as possible. So I did my part. Now they just got to do their part. This guy's super nice. He just switched shifts with his hen. This guy is, he's probably the most expensive pigeon I have right now. He's from Germany. This bird's from Andreas Draper. Those of you that know Andreas, he's a top flyer in Germany. But yeah, this pigeon was actually on his race team. That's why I picked it up. I was lucky enough to score this bird on an online auction. But he has auctions every year, and he has like a select 5 birds that he sells. This is the only pigeon in the auction that actually flew and actually raced. So that's what kind of caught my eye. And he's a grandson of Beskittle. But like I said, the only reason I picked him up is because he was actually on his race team. Andreas Draper actually flew this bird. He's got a couple of club first places. And I have his pedigree and everything. I don't remember exactly, but he's got a couple firsts, a couple seconds. He's always in the top. But yeah, he's a super nice bird. And hopefully he breeds some good babies this year. He's mated to one of my older grizzle hens. They look pretty similar, but they're not related at all whatsoever. 2 completely different pigeons. It's just crazy how they kind of resemble each other, same color. Yeah, this is what they do. They're doing the thing. He looks like an old man, this guy with that big wattle. I think he's a 2021 or a 2020. He's not that old. But yeah, super nice pigeon. See, I got all the birds, they're fresh grit. Got some feed in here for them, and that's pretty much it for the night. Everybody's good. Everybody got their fresh water. Hopefully it doesn't get cold enough tonight for the waters to freeze. It's really a nuisance coming out here and changing these waters 2 to 3 times a day. Sometimes it's been so cold, it's been like in the negatives. I think we had a real feel of 8 degrees the other day. I was out here changing the waters. I was cleaning the loft. I think it's like 30 something right now, so nothing's frozen yet, and I hope it stays this way. But yeah, it's been pretty rough with all the cold weather, and trying to make sure that these hens are doing the right thing and sitting on the eggs and keeping them warm. But they're doing a good job. Gotta give the birds credit. They're doing a good job. But anyways, you guys get the point of what's going on. Hopefully some of you got to witness me candling the eggs and checking out the babies. Quick question. I have plastic front nest. Is the cup you're using fit? It depends on the dowel size of the nest fronts that you have. I'd say this is about like 3.5 inches, but these cups just twist. They twist on and twist off. But yeah, if your dowel size is about the same as this, they'll work just fine. They work really good for this. I'll show you one. Oops, this one's one of the old ones I have. But yeah, this is pretty much the size that you need. So they basically just twist on, twist off like that. They're really sturdy. The birds can't really move them. But yeah, if your dowels are similar to this size, then they'll definitely work. And if you're looking at where to get them, they're available through Foy's Pigeon Supplies. You look under the category show cage cup, and yeah, that's what they are, show cage cups. So yeah, they definitely work really well for breeding box setup like this. Hopefully that answered your question. Great job. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best out here. Trying my best to breed some quality pigeons again for the 2026 season. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap this one up. As always, thank you guys for tuning into this live video. Probably going to do some more of these in the future. I'm going to definitely do a few more live videos once the eggs start hatching. Let you guys get a live look at some of the babies. But as always, stay tuned for the next one. And those of you that haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. Got tons and tons of pigeon content coming out in the next few weeks. I got a lot of different videos planned, a lot of different topics, especially for those of you that are new in the hobby. Try to include a lot of great information, a lot of helpful information. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little live video, and I'll catch you guys on the